Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Ramsey with Empire Life Podcast, where we help entrepreneurs to build online empires and talk with entrepreneurs from all over the world about how they are building out their online empires. And today we're with Damian Villalobos, the WOLFF. He helps entrepreneurs to transcend from the dark to the light. And I'll hand it over to him to talk a little bit more about himself.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being on this podcast, and it's a pleasure being connected with you. So my name is Damian Villalobos, aka the Wolf. So I'm here to not just push myself, but push everyone around me. And I believe that through the light and showing the light, we could get people out of that darkness. But I've been doing a lot online and just showing my presence of being a personal brand and reaching out and trying to touch the hearts of many people out there. But I appreciate getting onto this, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you, Damian. And I loved how you were talking before we hopped on here, some of the pain that you've gone through and how pain is beautiful. Can you go into some of those stories about that?
Yeah, I believe that, with any kind of pain, with any kind of hurt that anyone could go through, there's beauty to be seen. There's beauty to be seen, not just from that circumstance, but the beauty inside. And, I've been through a lot, meaning to the fact that I had to grow up really quick. It's because I, had a single mother who taught me to just be genuine. And I lost my dad at a young age to, different kinds of things. And the thing is that I had to become a man even though I wasn't. And the thing is that I didn't know what that meant at that time. Like I thought, I'm still a young kid at that time, and I didn't realize the circumstances that was being put onto my shoulders, which any kind of kid shouldn't be, adult in a way. And what pushed me out of the pain was just love. Like love is that ultimate driving force that pushes me to become better each and every single day. And some of the pains, like I've gone through a lot. The fact that you know I had to think bigger for who I was at that time, meaning that I was in high school and I was stuck trying to think about everyone else's decisions for myself besides, thinking for myself. And it came to a circumstance that I was involved in a car accident, and it really um, pushed me to think differently because what if that was that last day? What if, I wasn't here at that time? Thing is that it dissolves all the fear that I had, the fear for myself, the fear for anything that I could do, because if I could do the most that day, then I could have died and been happy about what I've left behind, which is a legacy that I truly want to leave behind. And the reason why I want to do that was really just because I want to see my siblings, see my brother, my cousins, my young cousins, and to look at to me as someone that they could believe in, and someone can, keep that innocence inside them. The thing is that a lot of us grow up and forget about that imagination. We forget about that, that inner true power of just being fearless. And I had to tap into that after that accident, and it pushed me to become who I am today. But it's a little bit of that, pain I've gone through, and it's pushed me to be better every single day.
Wow, Damian. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. And I love how you're also a professional speaker, and you've been speaking a lot on
Yes.
on Facebook Lives and all around the world. And you're all about connecting the dots in your creativity. I was also wanting to touch on, how do you go about motivating yourself to continue to have this impact that you've been having? What is your huge why? I know you just touched on that a little bit, but can you go deeper into what is your huge why?
Like just about everything. I think that
Mm-hmm.
my biggest, vision, the biggest why and why I'm doing what I'm doing, it's not just, for the family that I have. It's not just for the people around me. I want, to touch the hearts of billions of people's lives. it's said by Bruce Lee that, you could shoot for the moon and land up upon the stars, but I'd rather be that legend and land on the moon and accomplish what I want. And what I want to accomplish is to touch the hearts of many through, teaching them the ways of how I've learned so far that could get them out of the darkness of, of misery, of sadness, of anything that's waste of energy. And for me, to touch the hearts of, billions of people's lives. For me, it's not about money. It's about to truly, sincerely, wholeheartedly, you know, um, help people. Like, it's always been a passion to me to help people, and that why is to, you know, give service without anything in return. That's the biggest thing for me, is to, I want you to see some kind of light in what I say, because I believe that what I say can really help people. And it's been a journey so far, but the thing is that it's pushed me to think bigger in this why. I believe that every story changes throughout our journey, and maybe this vision right now might not be the same as next week or the month before, but I believe so wholeheartedly right now that I'm going to, impact a lot of people's lives, and that's pushes me every single day to, do that, do videos, do everything. But that's a little bit about what that is for me in my vision. But yeah.
Cool, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Damien. And you brought up a really important point. A lot of people are terrified to reach out and be vulnerable and have the authentic connection with other influencers, and that's something that's so easy for you. It feels so easy. Maybe you are going through your own challenges, though it just seems so effortlessly for you. And like, if someone's just starting out in their entrepreneurship journey, what do you suggest on how some easy tips or gold nuggets on how they connect with other influencers?
No, definitely. To me, when it comes to connecting, I believe that we have to surround ourselves with the like-minded, supportive, loving people that are going to, level you up to the next level. For me, I want to surround myself with people that are the same level as me, and people that are 10 times, 20 times higher than me, because it's not just going to elevate you, but it's going to elevate your mindset to become more of who you should truly be. And to me, it's always been easy because I just sent a message. I just sent a call. I just did it because, to me, I believe opportunities aren't just sent to you. They're created by your action, and created in just creating the opportunity. I've created a lot of opportunities by just reaching out. It's as simple as just sending a, hey, how are you doing? That's like, how is your day doing? Like, doing what we're doing, especially around the world, I believe that the biggest foundation of everything is friendship. And, we're trying to find those people that are going to, level us up and are going to love us and support us. And it's hard to find those people. I'm not going to lie. It's been a struggle finding people that see it in themselves to do something different. And you can't change everyone. I've learned that you cannot change the world by simply just telling someone to do something. And I could tell people to just reach out and do and talk to people, and it's as simple as just, just taking the time to just get to know a person, and then, it opens many doors to doing what you love, and just reaching out to people. And that's a little bit about that. And I've done so much training about specific keywords that get people, curious, and like, I'm curious about how are you doing today, and just specific words that you got to use when you talk to people. And you don't want to, the biggest thing I could tell people that are starting off in just, entrepreneur path, networking, anything like that, is you do not want to pitch someone right off the bat. And I go by this line is, a lot of us like to be wined and dined before we get pitched. I've learned that, like, in the beginning, because I used to do that. Like, we all do it. And I feel like just the relationship part should be the main foundation of building a business. And it's what I live for and what I strive to do each and every single day is to connect and network. But that's a little bit into that, but definitely.
Yeah, amazing. And you're really big into having a lot of inner confidence, like keeping your inner peace, meditating, and having inner confidence. How do you go about making sure yourself personally and when you're giving advice to your clients, how to create that inner confidence?
First thing I'm gonna say that I was never this confident. I was talking to a buddy from high school that I just met up with. He saw the growth because I was never confident in myself. I was never confident of my words. I was never impeccable with what I got to say to myself. And the changing point was, the thing is that I just made up my mind. I just made up my mind to just do whatever it takes. And if leaving the comfort zone each and every single day is what it takes, and that's what you got to do. I might say it like it's easy, but it's terrifying. I'm not. It's terrifying to do what I'm doing, but you learn each and every single day through what you're trying to accomplish, and that confidence is just affirming to myself each and every single day. Like, I have a daily routine that I live by each and every single day that gets me confident to what I'm doing. It gets me motivated each and every single day. I believe the habits that we create and the habits that we do on a daily basis sets up the foundation of a successful life. And I've learned this through, mentors that have came into my life. And the biggest key that I could say to even just being confident is to realize your self-worth. I believe that if you could truly believe that you are a loving person, if you could truly believe that you have a power inside you that you can take out. I read this the other day that it's just simply a waste of energy to waste on any kind of negativity, anything that's going to put you at a disadvantage, because you could use that energy for a more positive light, meaning that I could just tell myself I'm confident each and every single day. And it comes to that little voice inside our heads that there's that louder voice that says, don't do it. There's that louder voice that says, you can never do it. But it's that little voice that says you can. And I just started listening to that little voice more and more. And as the days progressed, it became that smaller voice, became that bigger voice to tell me that you can do this and you will do this and I must do this. And it's affirming and declaring things daily that has really pushed me in my confidence.
I love that, Damian. It's almost like when you were talking, I feel like you're expanding and growing, and
Yeah,
almost like
thank you.
I know you're an athlete as well, and it's almost like going to the gym and you're expanding that muscle and stretching it out, and it's super painful and you're sore, then you go back and you're a little stronger the next time. And so
Mm-hmm.
as you're feeding the light wolf, I like that saying too, and I resonate a lot with wolves, as we've talked a lot about before. It's like I feel like very much my spirit animal, and you're always feeding the white wolf or the light wolf, and it starts growing, and that power inside of you continues to grow instead of feeding the darker one. That's a good analogy for me that I always
Mm-hmm.
try to remember. Which one am I feeding right now? Which one am I giving more power to? Or how am I giving myself power in this situation? How am I taking responsibility?
So
And
true.
also, I wanted you to touch on, before we hop off, some experiences that you've overcame, and you touched on rising up and overcoming experiences, and what kind of gold nuggets would you like to share with the tribe about that?
About just the circumstances that have happened in my life.
Yeah, some powerful experiences that you feel like have really been a turning point for you. You want to share out one or two of the experiences you've overcame, because I know that our tribe may not know as much as I know about everything that you've overcome or that you've rised up out of, and I have so much honor and respect for you. in those experiences, and I would love for you to share a little bit out about that.
Of course. I've came to the fact that before I was doing this, I was always told what to do. I always listened. I always didn't think for myself. And this was a big key for people, that start listening to yourself, because no one else is going to dictate where you want to go. Because as soon as put yourself first, you could put others, you know, uh, selves first. And the biggest key for me was putting myself at a position that I'm doing this for me because it's for me, it's what I love. And the biggest thing I could say was going and finding these circumstances that push you to the next level. For me, was trying to find what you love. And um, from the circumstances of, getting in a car crash and not knowing where I was at that moment, it made me realize that in the grand scheme of things, it's about helping people and serving people, and the money comes. Like that's just how it is. I rather focus on helping people and making an impact in someone's life if it's gonna push them to the next level. And for me, what was the turning point, and what elevated me to that next level, was mentors. It was from reading every single day, from connecting with some big minds out there that will elevate you and will put you to the next level. I'll tell you like a few things, nuggets from these mentors. There's a guy by the name of um, Len Wright. He told me that once you go against the currents of your flow, let's say you're going down in a boat, and you're going against the current, you're going to eventually crash because you're not going with the flow. And what I learned from that was, you have to take every single moment as it comes, and you have to reflect on it. You might think that might be hard, but it's probably the most biggest impact that hit my life this whole year. Because if you could take a step back from every single moment and realize how impactful this can be for myself, or what can I learn? And the biggest question to ask yourself is why? Why did this work? Why is this working? Why did this happen? And it impacted me the most this past year. And I'll leave you with just one more thing, is with another brilliant mentor of mine, Bryce Prescott. He got it in my head that you know you have to be impeccable with your word. And that's because if you go back on your word, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to the people around you, because you don't trust yourself. I think trusting yourself first was the biggest key for me, and was realizing that we do have the power. And I could tell everyone that they do have the power, but it's within you to see it within yourself. And within the power will shine that light. I could be a light, but as long as you could see the light, you could bring the light to you.
That's amazing, Damian.
Yeah.
That was a pleasure having you, and thank you for joining us today.
Oh, of course. It's always a pleasure talking to you.